Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Today I want to share with you something which is very important and something which we all take for granted, and that is our breath. It is known as prana in Sanskrit. I'll come to that later. I'll explain what prana really means. But breath, we all know, is the life force of our body, of our system. We take it for granted in the sense that it's like saying that the stone that the builders rejected is the real cornerstone of the temple of health. And this is the real thing that keeps you going, that not only balances your physical body, your digestion, your assimilation, your nervous system, everything is dependent on how you breathe. Every organ in your body, every aspect of your body is dependent upon how you breathe. The correct breathing is very important, which I'm going to show you today. It's also called the yogic breath. But before that, I want to share a few things about why it is so important to pay attention to our breath. In recent times, we all know about COVID and what it has done to the lungs. It has become even more important nowadays to focus on our health, to focus on our immune system, which again is the breath plays a huge role in our immune system as well. Most of us do not breathe properly, or we do not breathe completely. And what I mean by that is that we are not using the maximum lung capacity that we have. We are not doing anything to increase the lung capacity that we have, unless you are already doing certain pranayams and yogasanas which are increasing your lung capacity. Some of us use, at least half the capacity of our lungs, and some of us don't even use that. And especially when we are under stress, when we are constantly doing something externally, or we are worried about something, you are breathing very shallow. This happens by default, because if you are breathing deeply, stress will not be there. You will always be calm, because your whole body is getting nourished, your whole system is working in harmony, and all the toxins itself are getting flushed out with your breath. We all have noticed how our breath also influences our emotions. When we are happy, we generally breathe deeply. When we are relieved, we take a huge sigh of relief, which is basically the entire lungs get filled up and your whole body relaxes when you are sighing. So when you have done shallow breathing for a while and suddenly you feel a sense of relief, the body itself knows that, okay, now let me just take a deep breath, so that all the parts that were deprived of the oxygen in my body get oxygenated. So this is the body's own intelligence, which is always working. Though we can help it, we can make a conscious effort to change the way we breathe just by doing this for 2-3 minutes in a day. Up to 5 to 10 minutes also you can do it. But when you initially start with it, it may be a little tiring, so go slow, take it at your own pace. But the most important is to understand that you are consciously using every aspect of your lungs. It's very simple. Any muscle, anything that you do not use in your life will go to waste, will start atrophying, especially in the body. And it's the same with our internal organs. Here is where the diaphragm is very important. It is one of the most important muscles controlling our breath. Again, it's most of the time working involuntarily, but through our willpower we can increase the capacity of our lungs by pushing the diaphragm out, by consciously pushing the diaphragm down, taking deep inhales down into the lung, abdominal breathing also it is called, and then pushing the diaphragm back up, releasing the excess breath from our lungs. The other thing that this use of the diaphragm does is that it also releases suppressed emotions. Most of the people, they have their solar plexus. From a healing perspective, their solar plexus is almost all the time congested or heavy and under stress. So when we take deep breaths, when we are using the diaphragm muscle to push the energy into our body and release it consciously, we are also releasing the stress that we are holding in our body. we become more self-aware, we become more confident as well, because those suppressed emotions are not working, you know, their own psyche within us. So all of that gets released through proper breathing. So emotions itself can be healed just if we are breathing properly. Our mind is always calm and relaxed when we are taking deep breaths. We can think clearly, we can take the right decisions. So, breath is not only limited to your physical well being, it affects the nervous system in a way that, which is what actually then works on your mind and your emotions. So, that's another reason why we should be breathing properly. But before we get into the technique, I just want to share with you how this whole process works, so that, and we have all studied this in preparatory science, but it's sometimes good to just recollect what we have studied, so that we know what our body is doing for us, and we honor that aspect of our body and not take it for granted. So we all know that the blood is driven through the heart. Through the heart, it is pushed out into the arteries, into the capillaries, and it takes this bright red oxygenated energy into every part of our body. The digestive system, the excretory system, the respiratory system, everything is working through this action of the capillaries in our body. And all the toxins are then sent back through the veins, back into the heart, from where it is sent to the lungs to be purified and healed. So the lungs have the main job of detoxifying the body and detoxifying the blood. If your lungs are not taking in the full capacity of the breath, your body is never really working at its 100%, and the process of elimination of the toxins is never complete. So that is why it is very, very important. It has been stated that the cells of our lungs, if they were spread out over an unbroken surface, spread out to about 14,000 square feet, that is huge. That is the kind of work that it is doing, that is the kind of energy that it needs. And in a single day of 24 hours, the lungs are processing about 35,000 pints of blood in a day. So that is a lot. That is a lot that your lungs are doing for you unconsciously. And it is time for us to give some love back to our body. So this is where we come. This is the basic science around it. Then there is the prana aspect of it, which I spoke about earlier. Prana is, I don't know if you have noticed, but when you go out and in bright sunshine, or even when the sun is not very bright, but it's a bright day, you will be able to see small particles of light. If you just gaze towards the sky, you will see small particles of light. You will not be able to see it in a very polluted place. So if there is a place which is, if you go to a garden, or if you go to a place where there is a lot of natural habitat, you'll easily be able to see it in those places. So because it's just, the entire air is filled with those tiny particles of light, that is what is known as prana. That is actually the life-giving force which is there in the air that we inhale. From a scientific perspective, we only know it as oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, but there is this fourth element of prana which we are consciously inhaling, which is the life-giving property to our blood. So next time when you're in nature and you're doing deep breathing, consciously breathe in that prana, consciously breathe in that life force energy into your system. You will feel completely rejuvenated and revitalized. So let's get to the technique of breathing. I'm going to explain it in 3 parts, but it's supposed to be done in one single flow. So when you inhale, first inhale to the bottom of the lungs, which are around your ribs. First inhale to the bottom of the lungs, which are around your ribs. Fill the lungs, your abdomen will slowly come out. Then fill the center of the lungs, and then the top. The collarbone should come out, spine is straight, shoulders are back. That way you will be able to inhale to the full capacity of the lungs. So keep your spine straight, shoulders back. Inhale down into the lower lungs, middle lung, and upper collarbone. Hold this breath for a few seconds and then exhale from the top down to the ribs and pushing the abdomen in, diaphragm goes up. Once again, inhale to the bottom of the lungs, pushing the diaphragm down and out, filling the entire lungs up, chest is filled up. Hold and exhale. Release completely. You can keep your palm on the abdomen and one palm on the heart or on the chest so that you can feel the expansion of the chest and the contraction. There are other ways of doing it as well. You can keep your arms out, you can keep your hands lifted above your head. That gives more space to your chest cavity, thus giving it more space to fill in the air. So this is the basic technique, though I've explained it in 3 parts, but it's supposed to be done in one flow. So you inhale down, fill up, retain the breath, because it is only when you're holding the breath that the breath is actually doing its work, that it can get its time to oxygenate the body properly. And then when you release, just release completely. Make sure the diaphragm goes up and the breath comes out. If you need to use your mouth to exhale, you can do that. Everybody has a different capacity. At no point should you be stressing yourself to do this. Make sure that it is very gradual at your own pace. Even if you hold just for a second, that is good enough. You don't have to hold for longer time. You'll gradually be able to do so, but initially when you start, just make sure that you inhale completely, you hold for a second or two, you exhale completely. And you can do this while walking, you can do this while speaking to people. One way of knowing that you're not breathing in completely is when your posture is not right. When you are hunched on the shoulders, when your spine is bent, you're obviously not breathing in completely, because the lungs are also curved like this and they don't get the space that they need for the complete breath to take place. So I hope you will do this. I know the technique was much shorter than all the explanation that I did, but it's important to know why you are doing what you are doing. I wish you all a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.